Joanna Brunell. I'm Senior Marketing Specialist with Sodexo Corporate Services, and I'm coming to you from One Team Kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how to make whiskey honey salmon and bacon ranch potatoes, both in foil packets. Now, I was supposed to show you this while I was camping last weekend. I have my mise en place ready, I was getting set up, and unfortunately, one of the neighbors to the campground fired up a very loud wood chipper. So here I am back at home, but I'm still going to give you some tips for campground cooking. Camp cooking does not have to mean just burgers and dogs. With the right preparation, you could make just about any meal over a campfire. You want to do as much as you can at home and pack it right. And although I'm putting the camping spin on this, this is a great meal for midweek. First, we're going to start with the salmon. For camping, I packed everything so it's as easy as possible. So my salmon went into a Ziploc bag. Then I use a mason jar and put all my wet ingredients, and that includes whiskey, honey, and soy sauce. And then in another mason jar, I put brown sugar, pepper, and ground ginger. Seems our grandparents were on to something, right? So what you want to do, take your wet ingredients and pour it right into the dry. Then you want to give it a shake and mix it all together. After it's got a good shake, you want to pour it right in the bag with the salmon. Seal that up tight and put it in the fridge or your cooler for about an hour. Next, we'll work on the potatoes. So for this, you'll need red skin potatoes, or you could use Yukon Gold if you prefer those, an onion, garlic, salt and pepper, olive oil, and dry ranch seasoning packet. And then later you're going to need crumbled bacon and shredded cheese. For camping, I washed my potatoes at home and packed them in a Tupperware container with paper towels. I also chopped the onion and garlic, cooked and crumbled the bacon, and shredded the cheese. All that's much easier to do at home. The reason I didn't cut my potatoes is because these would brown if I cut them ahead of time. So this is where we begin. We're just going to cut our potatoes in half and put them into a bowl. So I've cut all my potatoes, they're in the bowl. Now I just want to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, and then stir them up to coat them with that olive oil. Then we're going to add a ranch packet. Now you don't have to add the whole thing. You can if you really like ranch, it's up to you. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Then you want to take your pre-chopped onion and garlic, toss that in, and then season to your liking with salt and pepper. And then stir again. Okay, so you can see I laid out some foil. These are doubled up, and this is for one serving here. The reason I double it up is just to give it a little more strength, a little more heft. Even if you're using the heavy duty foil, I don't trust it, double it up. So first you want to do, spray this liberally with the olive oil. Spray. If you don't do this, they will stick to the foil. Then you scoop a serving into the middle. Okay, once you have your potatoes in the middle, you want to fold your short sides up. And then you want to really crease them tightly. Then you take your open ends and you're going to fold these up. I just lost the potato, but that's okay. So what you're really doing is creating a pocket, and that's going to steam your potatoes. And the reason you want to make sure that it's tightly creased is because you're actually going to put these on the grill for the first bit seam side down. And when you flip it, you don't want to lose everything that's inside. So I've got my potatoes on the preheated grill. We want to flip them over in about 10 minutes, so it's perfect time to prep our salmon. So I've taken it out of the fridge. Here I'm going to pull it out of the bag, and drop it on my prepared double foil again, also sprayed with olive oil spray. And you'll notice I put the sides up a little bit. I'm going to be pouring a little bit of this marinade back on here to cook it with. Then you want to use that same technique, except just watch it doesn't spill out the sides. Is pull up your short sides first, fold them over, and then pull up the sides to close your pocket. And again, this is going to steam the fish just like it is the potatoes. Not the prettiest, but it works. Alright, so I just flipped my potatoes and I put the salmon on. The salmon we want to cook for about 15 minutes. The potatoes, we want to chuck them in about 10. Now, since I'm using a propane grill at home, there's really no need to rotate your food. But if you're cooking on a campfire, make sure you rotate it if you've got some flames going up, because you don't want anything sitting over a flame for too long. It's just going to get burnt. Which brings me to another tip. When camping, start your fire for your food well before dinner and before you have too many of these. It takes a while to get a nice bed of coals to cook your food, and while big flames may keep you warm, not so great for cooking. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. It's time to go outside. Carefully open those potato packets and check and see if they're ready to add the bacon and the cheese. Open this up. Potatoes look beautiful. The cheese is nice and melty. You got your bacon in there. Looks delicious. There is a little bit of a char at the bottom, but you know, char can be a good thing. It's not burnt, it's charred. And let's see how our salmon looks. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. All right, now everyone can just take their own portion right from here. You want to pull it off the skin, unless you eat the skin if that's your thing. And now you have a beautiful dinner that you could make at home or make on the campsite. Thanks so much for watching another video from One Team Kitchen. I hope you get the opportunity to go outside, spend a weekend in the woods, and cook this beautiful meal over a campfire, or just make it at home during those busy weeks. Enjoy!